Okay, so next thing we're going to do now that we've created those zones, we're going to take those zones and actually the field boundaries also and upload them to an online tool within ArcGIS. Many of you taken ArcGIS class, Introduction to GIS class. So in that class, we basically learned about ArcGIS, but there's also an online ingredient, which was the last unit you study in the ArcGIS course. We're going to upload these so we can actually access them from our smartphone. Now, to do that, we're going to have to select them out. And this is the folder, and you may have a different name on it. It's in your ICM probably, but this is a folder where all our map data is at. As you open that up and see that, and you're going to see fields in there, your setbacks, your soil zones, and those are the ones we're interested in, but that's all we want out of there. Well, before we do that, we want to go to our ICM folder and just create a new folder, and we're going to call that online data or something similar to that, so you remember that. Go back into my folder now, and then first thing I'm going to copy is the fields, and there are a bunch of files for fields. These are shape files, and this is how GIS worked with shape files. There are essentially 6 different files that gives me the information. They're all little, you can see on the right side there, but I need all 6 of them for it to work in the online environment. So I'm just going to copy those and go into my ICM folder again, into that online data, and paste it. I also want my zones that I've just created. So I'll go back to that field down, and I'll find down farther soil zones. Do not delete these from there or your maps will not work anymore, okay? So make sure you don't mess this file up. So be careful as you're doing that. We don't want to delete anything. We don't want to remove anything. We just want to copy it and put it in our ICM folder, our online data. And then I'm going to right click and again paste in that. So that'll give me 2 different features to put into ArcGIS Online. Now that I've got that done, I'm going to back out into ICM and I'm going to right click on this. Now on campus, we're going to go to 7-zip and add to online data zip. Those of you working on your own computers, it may be a little bit different. It may be send to zip folder, it may be compressed data. You might have to do a search down in the help box to figure out how to zip things up because we got to create a zip file. Every computer has that ability, but depending on the computer, it's a little bit different. And again, campus, we use what we call 7-zip. And if you don't have a zip one, you can download 7-zip free. You can go do a Google search for it and install it on your computer. But you should have something already that works. So I'm just going to add it to online data zip. And what that's going to do is going to take all those files, compress them together into one file. And that's what I need. So my next step, and let me hold on a second. Let me pause it. So my next step is actually to go into ArcGIS Online, and you would have been sent an email from me by now. That email had you create an account in ArcGIS Online. There are 2 versions of ArcGIS Online accounts. Those of you who've downloaded software from there, you've created a public account already. That's free. There is also an enterprise or a business side of that. And the business side, we have a lot more power. NICC does have a login set, a business side of ArcGIS. And normally it's a cost, but it comes with our subscription and other fees we pay for the software. So I gave you a login to that business side. So make sure you got that email and activated that, and you're using the password and login that you created from that email that I sent you here in the last couple of weeks. So to get there, obviously if you know how to get there already, fine. Otherwise, if you just type in ArcGIS Online in a search, it should come up and it says ArcGIS Online account login. That's what I want to get to. This page will come up. You can click anywhere, sign in up at the top, sign in there. We're going to sign in. My username and password are already in here because I just signed in a little bit ago experimenting with it. Yours may or may not be there. If it's not, make sure you type it in. Just click sign in. Again, make sure you access the one that brings us into this. Because when you get in, you should see Northeast Iowa Community College. If you don't see that, then you're not in the correct login. So keep that in mind. So now that I'm in here, I'm going to go to Map. And once I'm into Map, it comes up with the map. I'm kind of in the Midwest, kind of knows where I'm at right now, but nothing in there. I'm going to add to that, and I'm going to add a layer from a file over here on the left-hand side. Click on that, and then down here, there's several types of files. We're going to choose a file, and we're going to choose that zipped file that we got in our ICM folder there. And you see online data zip, and there's that zipper on it. That's the one I want. We're going to open that up, and generalized features is fine. We're going to import the layer, and that'll bring up our map here. you'll see, and it's going to actually give me a chance to color code the styles. These are my field map on there. We're okay with that. We're just going and click done with that. So our fields are different colors in this map. If I expand this, if I can here, I've got both online data fields and online data soil zones. I'm going to turn off online data fields for now. And remember, I digitized just in a couple fields. Hopefully you've got everything digitized, but for demonstration purposes here to get this thing done before class started, I just have those 3 fields in there. If I zoom into them a little bit, I can pull this thing around, zoom in a little bit. I actually, probably one of the things I want to do with them is create some labels on them. So I'm going to come here, create labels, and I'm going to label it by the feature name and just click OK. And there's my 1901, 1902, 1903. With that, I'm going to save this map. And when I go to save, it's going to ask me to name it. And I'm going to call it TADS Zone Map. And I'm actually going to say 2019. You wouldn't have to say 2019, but again, I use this for several years. We're going to label it NICC for a tag, and probably a TAD also with my name. So put your first name in there, put in NICC. You can leave description off. Save in folder, that's my folder. We're going to go ahead and save that map as we look at it. And it's ready to save, and I'll be able to access it. Another thing you're going to want to do right now, because this is what you're going to do for the assignment, is you're going to share. And when you share, you can, if you want, just share it to members of our group. But I would share with everyone for now. Most everybody else is not going to do. Copy that URL, and that's one of the things you have to submit for the assignment, as I remember. And those instructions will be there about that. So just copy that. I'll click done there, and I'm going to pause this recording for a minute. So the assignment is actually a discussion posting. As you look here, soil zones. So you'll come in here and you'll just basically post your URL of your map, and then other people can come in there and take a look at it, and you can look at other students and comment on them. So that basically completes that assignment. It's pretty straightforward. The next step we're going to show you is how to actually access this with a smartphone, and you can see it in the field.